Congrats.
Well, just picture, dude. The first
Dude,
person
I'm
to make
picturing it right now.
And picture being buddies with him, and he's like, dude, try this out. I fucking baked this in a rock. Here, try it.
On a rock?
In a rock.
You had like a little oven?
A brick oven, yeah.
Okay.
Because you had to bake bread.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a regular oven, you know that.
Well, no, it wasn't a fucking Maytag.
No,
They were fucking plugging it in.
No, it wasn't. But it was definitely like a Moab. I bet you it was in Moab.
Oh, you think bread's from Utah?
I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think bread was around before that? Before people got to Utah?
Mm-mm. I think they first found it there. That makes sense.
Dude. Yeah, you're probably right.
When do you think was bread around when the fucking cavemen were there? You think?
I don't think so. I don't know.
What's the era after cavemen?
I don't know exactly.
You know what I mean? Because like after it's like, oh yeah, they were cavemen, and then it jumps to like fucking
Bill Gates
next. Bill Gates. And it jumps to fucking like people throwing tea off the boat. You know?
Yeah, there was a little bit in between that. I think.
Well, for sure.
Maybe, yeah, like 100 years or so.
You think 100?
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
Nah.
From cavemen,
dude. 1600s.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Dude, 1600s, I'm telling you. Caveman, Boston Tea Party, 1700s.
You're so dumb, dude. I wish I knew what was going on in the 1600s. What was going on? Was the Boston Tea Party in the 1700s?
I think it was early 1700s for that. Because that was one of the tipping points for like, they were throwing the tea over because they were tired of getting taxed by England, the people over here.
Mm.
And then that's why we fought the Revolutionary War, which was in the late 1700s.
Okay. So
it must have been, probably like around 1750 or so.
So what the fuck was going on in like the 1400s? Cowboys?
There was, fucking Columbus sailed in 1492 to here.
Fuck, dude. What's going on?
So, I mean, like there was natives and shit over here already.
What's going on in the thousands? Think? Like before
Renaissance was like, fuck, I don't know.
Oh, Renaissance.
Sure. Yeah.
People have been riding horses forever, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Imagine being the first person to ride a fucking horse, dude. You see that thing on a fucking Spark Summit and you fucking try to throw a leg over, you know?
Like a Mustang?
Yeah, grab the fucking hair on the neck or whatever.
Well, horses are from, not from here.
Really? Where are they from?
They're from, like, they brought them over. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but they brought them over on the boats, like in the Columbus era and all the pilgrims and shit. And that's how we got horses here.
No way. What the fuck? Yeah. Wow, dude, that's crazy. But dude, think about it.
Dude, I should start brushing up on some history because we could just turn the podcast into that, me teaching you more about history.
That'd be fucking sick, dude. I'd love to hear about that. I wish we knew more about the fucking first, like, person to ride horses and shit, like cowboys, barebacking, and, you know.
Oh, it was way before that.
What is?
People riding horses. Cowboys not till like 1800s, dude.
Well, okay. Well, when do you think the first person riding horses were? That was in England and shit?
That was like fucking, they're probably riding horses like before Jesus.
Oh, God.
Like BC, they were riding horses.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck do we know about BC? Like, do we know any facts in history about that?
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
Like, do you know any?
No.
Man, we need to find a fucking historian.
Yeah.
That'd be sick to sit that motherfucker right here in this chair.
Well, there was tons of empires and shit before. There, like Roman Empire was during that time and before. So they were like in BC, but like Genghis Khan was way before that, where he was like the ruler of hella shit.
Wow.
Like Asia all the way over to Europe.
Was there people alive in Pangea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Houses?
That's how I'm pretty sure that's how they got, like, there was humans before that, and then they migrated up, And then the continents started to split after that.
Like in Alaska and Canada and shit.
Yeah, well, those people came over. Like,
fuck, dude,
the theory is they went from Africa. That's where like humans were started. And then when they were still touching, I think they migrated up into like where the Middle East now is and Europe and all that, and then over into Asia. And then at that time, like where Russia is and where Alaska is, that's where the Bering Strait is, that was touching. There was no ocean right there. So then that's how the people got from Russia over to Alaska and then into Canada and then into
Imagine they just walk,
US.
huh?
Yeah.
They're just walking all day, every day. Walk, sleep, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Couldn't even walk fucking 58 miles without being fucking dead tomorrow. Imagine having a kid back then. Be like, hey, kid, we better fucking go. You know?
We better fucking go. You need to be a chill dad back then.
Yeah, but I'd be like, here's a fucking Marlboro Red, get up.
Dude. Yeah, they didn't have cigs back then.
I know. I don't think they were smoking tobacco back then?
They might have been.
Back when
like
humans started?
Like opium's been big in Asia forever.
When did we first figure out fire? Do you know that state?
That's way back. That's got to be like caveman era. That's like when we're one step above primates. Or I guess we are a primate, but like above monkeys.
You think we're evolved from monkeys?
I think so.
Think we were monkeys once, like as a race?
Yeah. As a race, yeah. Hey, what nationality are you? Well, I'm a fucking chimp.
But I used to be a chimp, but now I'm human. You know?
Way back.
Yeah, way
bloodline.
Back. Yeah, bloodline touches.
23andMe didn't fucking show it, but
that's so crazy, dude.
Dude, living with Ben Franklin.
Yeah, like imagine living in that fucking time. Like, do you think anyone back then smoked weed?
Yeah.
Really?
Ooh. I don't think it was popular. Like they probably didn't roll joints and shit.
Imagine having wood teeth.
Still could, probably.
Wood teeth, dude?
Found some fucking black market doctor.
Get some wood teeth under you, dude. Clunkers. That'd be crazy to like they rode horses everywhere, huh?
Yeah. Because there was no cars.
They probably ripped. They probably were good.
Yeah, you'd have to be.
Probably. You think there was saddles and shit?
Yeah. Sure.
What's crazy is that there's like this metal thing. And for everyone listening, why I'm fucking fascinated with riding a horse is because I did it for my second time this past weekend. And I felt confident. I was turning left and right, galloping and shit, dude, trotting.
Galloping.
Yep. Running with the horse, running with the wolves. Did a lot of cowboy shit this weekend, you know? Even put on a cowboy hat. Eat meat. Baked potatoes and veggies.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's some shit right there, dude.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, I was doing cowboy shit, so that's why it's crazy to me. When I was riding a horse, I was thinking of like George Washington and Ben Franklin. Like, hey, mate, I just fucking found electricity. And then they're like, skirt, hey, peanut. And tie him up right here next to the bar. I'm like, let's talk about it, you know? And then imagine being hella hammered trying to ride a fucking horse back.
Dude, what would your occupation have been back then?
A pharmacist.
Pharmacist?
Nah, I don't know. I'd probably just like clean up the tumbleweeds or something. What kind of jobs were there, dude?
Like a fucking...
I'd probably work at a bar.
Like a blacksmith?
Yeah, I could weld.
Shoemaker?
Sounds like a bad last name.
Dude, I don't think they were welding back then.
No, blacksmith, though.
Ben Franklin discovered electricity. He wasn't fucking welding.
AC/DC, motherfucker.
Like the second day, he's already got a wire feed figured out.
Oxyacetylene, yeah, like, I got a mask. Yeah.
It's just sick.
Yeah. Next year, I'm going to Burning Man. Yeah. No, that'd be crazy. No, it'd be crazy living with them, huh? That era?
Yeah. Well, it would be gnarly now, like going back. But But it wouldn't be gnarly if you were just born
Like people
then.
just got shot in the middle of the street for like not paying each other back, you know?
Well,
Fucking muskets.
I think about that all the time where it's like, man, it would have fucking sucked to live back then. Even like 40 years ago. Like, damn, it would have sucked to live in the 70s.
Why?
Just because like you don't have phones and shit and like no internet. And it's
Yeah.
like, damn, no email. Like you want to talk to someone, you got to use your house phone or you got to fucking write them a letter and shit. I'm like, damn, dude, business probably took so long to do, like simple shit. But then they were thinking in the 70s, they're like, damn, would have sucked to live back in the 40s. Like, they didn't even have house phones. You know? Like, mail was so slow, like all that shit back. And then, so it's just always been like that. So, like, Ben Franklin was thinking, like, man, it would have fucking sucked to live in the 1600s. You know, it was tough back then. Like, we got it good now.
Yeah.
But now, so if you and me went back to the 1700s, 1800s, it would be hard as fuck. It would suck. But it wasn't. It's not hard for them. It's just normal.
I know, but imagine if you could go for 1 week tomorrow.
Oh, it'd suck, dude.
It would.
Imagine fucking carrying around a candle, dude. Dude, there's so much shit that we take for granted.
Oh, fuck, I burned myself again. Fuck the wax.
Or like one of those torches, like to light up a fucking tunnel you're going down.
I'd be
Fuck
scared.
that, dude. Fucking walking to get water, like no running water and shit. Fuck that. There's still places in the world right now that are like that, dude.
Yeah, imagine striking up a fucking stick just to go to the bathroom. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be
dude.
so scared.
And there was not a fucking toilet in the house. There wasn't a bathroom. There's there's no fucking plumbing. Well, it depends how far you go back, I
George
guess.
Washington.
Nah, I don't think so.
His house.
I think it was after that. Well, now there would be. They're going to fucking rehab it.
You think
Shit.
so?
Yeah. But back then, they probably had like an outhouse that's just a pit.
Right.
That you just fucking go in this nasty ass fucking house and you just shit into other shit.
Dude, it's like the rib cook-off all year long. You know?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Warped Tour porta potties, but at the end of the day, all the time.
Oh,
So like you wake up in the middle of the night, you gotta fucking walk out there.
I'm sure they had like, cover it with fucking 10 feet of dirt. Build a
I
new
don't know.
pit.
I don't know how they work. I just watched this thing on Netflix about Bill Gates. This documentary. It's 3 parts, and it goes back and forth on like his story, his come up, and then what he's doing now with the foundation. He's doing like crazy shit for the world. Like he's trying to. The 3 things was like eradicate polio completely, deliver like sanitation, so like sewage and bathrooms for like third world countries that don't have them still, and solve the energy problem that we have with nuclear. He's trying to do it with, but the sewage thing is that what we were talking about? Yeah, that's basically what these villages have. They were talking like they're in Africa where they're doing the shit, and in India too, but there's just like a pit where you're supposed to go shit. And then no one goes there anymore because it's so nasty. Like you can't even stand to shit in there or anything. And then you can't empty them out, some of them. They're just there. And that's just like in the middle of the fucking village. You're just living around this like pit of shit the whole time. And then they have this other, like the ones that do get emptied, they just fucking throw it right in the same water that they're getting for their drinking water.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's fucking foul.
Yeah. That sounds horrible, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And they said a lot of the places do have sewage treatment plants that have like sewage systems, but they're so expensive to run that they just bypass the fucking plants, the sewage.
What happens to our shit? Just gets burned?
Well, it goes to a sewage treatment plant. That's what they explained in there because I never even thought about it. But I've seen like the plants and shit.
Yeah, in Carson.
Yeah, like the whole town of Carson basically is one big sewage plant. But
God damn it.
now they said it goes through like a series of pipes, the waste, and then it ends up at the sewage treatment plant, and then it goes through tons of different types of processes. And there was like 4 that they named off, and then what they basically purify it, and then you end up with clean water.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm. But then you also have the byproduct of all this shit where there's like sludge like a pile of sludge, and they showed it there, and it's like, you know that thing in Joaquin's office, the fucking the fake pound of fat.
Yeah.
It looked like that, but black. Like it would jiggle like that, and there was shit growing out of it. And he's like, "What's growing here?" And he was like, "Tomatoes." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, because your body can't process the seeds, so the seeds end up here and they grow." There was like fucking tomato plants growing out of this shit sludge.
Holy shit, dude! What?
Yeah,
that's so gnarly. What happens to
crazy.
that? It gets chopped up. And
they might burn it or something.
Yeah, I know they burn shit a lot in Carson.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be it. But then, so the whole point of this thing was,
they should give it to the Atlantis for the flames, homie.
Oh, that might be what they use. Honestly, they got their own plant, you know. But no, the Gates is trying to come up with. He's like funding all of these different scientists to come up with a cost-effective way to have like either an all-in-one, like every toilet is a mini treatment plant, or like a treatment plant that runs itself. So they were showing like the different prototypes, which is pretty wild. So some of them, it gets burned right away and you just end up with a small pile of ash, but it's gone. And then some of them was like this big actual plant, but it doesn't require any outside plumbing or any outside electricity.
Yeah, what if you just burned it?
Well, that's what they did. I think they would heat it up and it produced steam, and then the steam went into this thing that they converted that into electricity, and then that's what ran the whole plant, or the treatment plant. So then they just light it on fire, and then it goes through the whole process, and then they end up with clean water from it. So they're like trying to implement that, but it's like crazy hard to do.
Some crazy shit, dude. Imagine telling that to Ben Franklin. Hey, take a shit in this bucket. We're going to burn it, take the steam, reuse it, and then drink the water. Then you're going to shit again, and you have some more water. And he'll be like, conking his fucking wood
Dude,
teeth.
He didn't have wood teeth.
Yeah, I bet you he did.
No, Washington was supposed to.
We should go to fucking the East Coast and take a tour like I did in 8th grade so I can remember some shit.
That would be kind of sick.
See that shit?